Welcome to Grade 12 English Language Arts. My name is Mr. Grafton and I'm the teacher and course designer. I'm a teacher at the Louis Riel Arts and Technology Center, or ATC, and I've taught e-learning courses for a number of years. This video should give you everything you need to get started working on the course today. So, as I was saying, I am a teacher at ATC, and as you work through the course, we're going to keep in contact with each other in a couple of different ways. So the best way to contact me is through email, and my email is on the course outline, and it's also on the email that I used to send you this orientation video. The other way is through a program called Skype for Business, and I'll be making a little tutorial video on how to use this in the coming weeks, but we don't want to worry too much about that right now, so that will come later. When I contact you, it's always going to be through your school email. So there's an expectation that you use your school email while you're enrolled in this course. I'm also going to try and make it out to your school to meet you face-to-face in person within the first month of the course, but I do have 3 regular classes at ATC, and I have lots of lunch extracurricular stuff going on, so I won't be able to come visit you on a regular basis. So we do need to get used to using the online tools to communicate with each other. So anyway, let's jump right into the course here. So the page that's on the screen now is the page that you'll be brought to when you click on that bblearn.merlin.mb.ca link that I sent. Okay. So in the introductory email, I sent you a username and password. So you use these to get into Blackboard. So when you enter your username and password, you should be brought to a page that looks something like this. If you have any challenges with your password, anything doesn't work, just send me an email and I'll fix it right away for you. You're going to see a list of classes on the right-hand side of the screen, and the one you're looking for is Online Grade 12 English Language Arts. If this is the only course you're taking, that's the only one that will show up for you. But Online Grade 12 English Language Arts. So when you first log into the course, you'll be brought to an announcements page. Right now this is blank. By the time you log into the page, there might be some announcements here. Basically, the announcements are a form of one-way communication that I use to send you information. You can think of the announcements here as an announcement that a teacher would tell the whole class in a regular classroom, or something the teacher would write on the board in a regular classroom. When I post an announcement on here, it also automatically gets forwarded to your @lrsd.net email address, so you'll have these announcements pushed out to your school email address. So underneath the announcements here on the course toolbar on the left-hand side of the screen here, we'll see course content, and we're going to come back to this. Moving down, I want to talk about the calendar. So we'll find the calendar with due dates and just move ahead to February here. So one thing to note about the course is that it's currently being revised. Right now, all the activities and due dates up until spring break are posted. So if you look at the calendar, it kind of ends at spring break. That doesn't mean that the course ends at spring break. The remainder of the course should be posted before spring break. So anyways, this is the space you would come to see the due dates. And the due dates in the course are firm. So sometimes e-learning courses are pitched as being work at your own pace, and I think this phrase is problematic. So on one hand, you have an opportunity to work a little bit ahead because I'm always going to be posting new content in advance. So in this sense, you can work at your own pace and that you can work ahead of the pace of the class. The course is also available to you at any time and any place as long as you have an internet connection. So in this sense, you can work at your own pace because you're not limited to the time you have in a physical classroom to complete the work. But the course isn't work at your own pace in the sense that you can't fall behind and miss due dates. And there's a couple important reasons for this. So first, it's really hard to catch up when you fall behind. The course is paced at approximately the same pace of a face-to-face classroom. So I teach similar things in my regular grade 12 English class, and we move at about the same pace as the online course. So if you go a week without working on your online course, it's no different than going a week without attending a class. Like if you miss a regular classroom for a week, you're going to be behind. So if you don't log into your online course for a week, you're going to be very behind. Second, I really don't have the time to give feedback and mark late assignments. With that being said, I am flexible. So if you know something is going to be late because you have a busy week at school, you have other tests, you have a tournament, and you won't quite be able to get everything in on time, I want you to take the initiative and send me an email to let me know that you're going to be behind on some work. So that just lets me know you're still engaged with the course, versus just keeping the course out of sight, out of mind. So it's really important to stay on top of the coursework. Moving down, there's a tool called Grades and Feedback. And this is where you can come to find all your marks and all the feedback to your assignments. So when you start handing assignments in, or when I start handing assignments back, I'll give you more instructions of how to come in here and find the feedback that I've written. But it's pretty easy to navigate, pretty easy to figure out. So I don't think we need to spend a lot of time talking about that. What we're going to do now is come back to the course content tool here. All the course content is posted on a OneNote document, and you have OneNote on your computer or on all the school computers, and this is just a web version of OneNote anyway, so as long as you have internet access and a web browser, you'll be able to access the notes in the OneNote. So this is what the course looks like. You'll see on the left-hand side the different modules in the course. So it starts with the course introduction. Then you have the 4 modules, and then immediately to the right you will have a drop-down menu with all the activities, and you can just collapse and expand the navigation tool here. So when you're working on the lessons, I would just recommend collapsing so you get the full page view. And we'll start with the course introduction and outline here. So all the activities give you clear instructions on how to proceed and how to submit your work. I do make an effort in the activities to explain everything as clearly and concisely as possible. I just ask that if you have a question about one of the activities, make sure your question is specific. I know my written explanations won't always be perfect, and there's always a chance at misinterpretation, but I just ask that you don't send vague questions. So for example, just don't tell me that you don't understand activity 2. Ask me a question about what you don't understand. That's my little rant. So to start the course, what I want you to do is to go to Course Introduction here, and I want you to read the course outline, start to finish, and then just moving down the drop-down menu. This is just a space where the orientation video is going to be posted. So after reading the outline, there are 2 introductory activities. Each of these activities will only take about 10 to 15 minutes, but I want you to read through these and complete these. And then after you complete these, I want you just to quickly browse the 3 major course assignments. Okay, so we won't be starting work on any of these 3 assignments for a little while. Like the first major assignment doesn't come up until the second module. But I just want you to have a look at them so you get an idea of what some of the major assignments, or what the 3 major assignments you're going to be working on throughout the course are. So once you've previewed just the 3 major assignments, you are going to get started with Module 1. So again, you can navigate using the toolbar on the left-hand side, and Module 1 is here. It's called Standing Up for Justice. There are 15 activities in Module 1. You're going to start with Activity 1, and you're going to follow the notes in the OneNote document, and you'll be given instructions on everything you need to do, what type of work you need to do, where you need to go to submit it, and so on and so forth. It's all in the OneNote here. So at this point, I just want you to send me a quick email letting me know that you've watched the orientation video, and to ask me any questions that you have at this point. So thanks for watching, and I will talk to you soon.